What's up, gamers? Today we're going to be showcasing every ranged weapon in the game so you can kind of get an idea of what weapon you would like to use in Sunkenland. I've got all of them here from the bow all the way to the M16. We're going to try them all out, see what their damage is like, see what their firing rate's right, the reload speed, and the optic on them as well. So I do have a red dot here. Most of you know what it looks like already probably, so we're going to go ahead and get into it. And the best way, I think, personally, to kind of test this out is going to be nothing other than a regular metal defense wall. So we don't have any way, obviously, to test them out on NPCs without, you know, struggling and all that good stuff. But these metal defense walls have roughly 5,000 health. So we should be able to shoot them and see, you know, how much damage they do, so on and so forth. All right, so the first weapon we're going to be testing out in this showcase is the normal bow and arrow, right? Nothing too crazy here. Spadink. Let's see how much damage it does. 30 damage from the bow. The firing rate is pretty slow, I guess. Not too quick. And the zoom in is, you know, once again, not too crazy. But yeah, about 30 damage per arrow. Got it. All right, weapon number 2 is going to be the crossbow. We're going to check out the optic here. The optic's actually pretty good. The crossbow is a really good weapon to start out with when you're just getting started. And it does a pretty good amount of headshot damage as well. But we're going to go ahead and shoot one into it. Let's see how much damage we got here. It looks about 42 damage. Is that accurate to what it says? 42 damage, exactly. And yeah, nothing too crazy. The firing rate here, you can put them out, you know, decently fast. Honestly, not a bad starting weapon at all. All right, next we have the double barrel shotgun. It allows us to shoot extremely quickly. And it did a huge chunk of damage, really. So it says it does 15 damage, but in all actuality, it did about, what is that, 210 with 2 shots. So that's pretty impressive. And the firing rate here, reload speed. Yeah, dude. Pretty good, really. Pretty good. This is the shotgun you get shot by from NPCs from like 1,000,000 miles away. Matter of fact, let me check the range on this puppy too. Let's see if it still does a good chunk of damage from a little ways back. Yeah, a little bit reduced damage, but you would expect that, I guess, with a you know, shotgun. All right, next we have the PM Pistol, one of the easiest pistols to craft, one of the earliest pistols you can craft. And I personally enjoy this thing. So technically, the way that the pistols seem to work is they shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger. So with one clip, we do about 420 damage. This video is really going to challenge my terrible math skills. So 420 damage, give or take. The firing rate's awesome, and the reload speed, you get right back in there and shoot them again if you want to. So yeah, that's the PM. All right, next we've got the GP20. About the same scenario, really. We've got a bigger clip size. I believe the clip size for the PM is 12. Yep, and the GP20 is 15. So, oops, I didn't even shoot all the bullets. Yeah, this sucker does good, dude. The GP20 does 15 rounds. 15 rounds, and you can spam it. All right, and it does about 600 damage with that clip, so that's pretty awesome. All right, next up, fan favorite here is the pump shotgun. 1 round does 175 damage, which is pretty amazing, really. Now, if we just dump the whole thing in there, we've got 8 shells. There you go, 8 shells. And for a grand total of about 1,400 damage. That's pretty awesome, I must say. We've got the standard SMG, takes pistol rounds. Looks like I might have to go grab some more pistol rounds. It only holds 20 in a magazine. Now, the submachine guns, in my personal opinion, are extremely hard to use, and it could just be because I'm on insane mode, and, you know, that plays a factor for sure. But we're going to light this puppy up here. I'm going to shoot it with one bullet and make sure that the damage is true here. 28 and 28. Yep, perfect. All right, we're going to light it up with a whole clip here. The recoil pattern's ridiculous. It's extremely hard to aim. I would not suggest using this weapon, but if you want to, go for it. All right, so next on the list is going to be the Stun SMG. Now, I mess around with this one quite a bit. This one's kind of fun to use. The recoil's not too bad. It really works whenever you're kind of sneaking around one of the compounds and you end up sneaking up behind somebody. So one bullet itself. Ooh, wow, you can't barely shoot one bullet. That was 64 damage right there. Let's see if I can do it with actually shooting just one bullet. Was that one? Nope. Anyway, let's load a whole clip into it and see how much damage it does. All right, here we go. We got a 40 round magazine, which is a lot more than the 20 you get with the regular SMG. If you're holding it down, the recoil is kind of ridiculous, but man, that sucker does a lot of damage. It really does do a lot of damage. Next, we've got the hunting rifle, which is a semi-automatic rifle. It says it does 48 damage. So let's test that and make sure. Okay, 48. Exactly. Perfect. All right, let's reload it. Dump a clip in, see what the recoil's like and the firing rate here. Honestly, a pretty tight group, really, for a semi-auto rifle. And I would say that, you know, 384 damage is quite a bit, I guess. I have messed around with this thing. It's pretty nice. That's the hunting rifle. Next, we've got the Desert Eagle, the DE 45. This puppy is mean. So it does 60 damage. For a pistol, is pretty insane. And the firing rate is a little ridiculous, right? Oh, and the recoil is crazy. That's me pulling down and holding that recoil pattern, man. Absolutely nuts. 1,000 damage with 2 clips. It's really kind of crazy. All right, next up on the list, we have the bolt action rifle, probably the best weapon in the game, especially for precision and firing rate and accuracy and all that good stuff. Precision and accuracy, 2 different things. Let's see here. So we've got this thing repaired, correct? Yep, that flare's still going. I went and slept so we could see something. All right, so flat 70 damage right off the top, which is pretty dang good. Headshots will typically one-shot most of anybody on insane mode and stuff like that. There's a couple dudes that seem to somehow live through it, but yeah, 70 damage. It's got 5 round magazine, and it can really mess some stuff up. Definitely my favorite weapon, and probably a lot of others' favorite weapon. Now, the thing that sucks about this is when you put the optic on. Oh, wait. Oh, you just have to equip it and unequip it. Gotcha. When you put the optic on, it puts it towards the front of the rifle, and it's kind of terrible, honestly. So let me actually check. Okay, so it does put it on here. Wow, what the heck? What? Gross, dude. All right, it doesn't put it on any of the pistols, as far as I can see. What about the SMG? Okay, it does put it on the SMG, and it's actually centered. I don't know what's the deal with the hunting rifle, but that is not right. All right, so the next weapon we're going to test out is the AK-47. We're going to use it without the optic on it at first. Okay, there we go. All right, so your typical AK-47 optic comes standard on just about every AK I've ever seen in a video game or in real life. This thing, tap one time. We do, what is that, roughly 42 damage? 42 damage, which is accurate to what it says. And then we're just going to lay into it. You can see the firing rate is pretty awesome, but the accuracy is a little low. We didn't actually get below 4,000, but that's okay. I think the Desert Eagle, well, we did 2 clips of the Desert Eagle so far, so All right, next. So yeah, you guys got to see what it's like with the optic on it. It's not too bad, but you can tell that recoil is a little bit ridiculous. The recoil is a little bit ridiculous. This is why kind of the hunting rifle is more, or the bolt action rifle is probably the best weapon in the game, I would assume. Simply because it, you know, one shot, one kill type of thing. We got the Mini 14 here. The iron sight for it, I'm not a fan of at all, but it's a pretty good damage weapon if you can hit things with it. So, you know, one bullet here does 50 damage, and pretty much you can. It's as fast as you can press the button. It's pretty epic. Now, this weapon itself is extremely expensive to make. It takes like 20 refined wood planks and stuff like that. Very expensive. Overall, 650 damage from one clip. And it also has a 15-round mag. So, comparable to the other semi-automatic rifle that we have, the hunting rifle, it does do like double the damage. So, or not double the damage. Hold on, where is it? It only does 2 more damage, but the hunting rifle has an 8-round mag, and the Mini 14 has a 15-round mag, so it carries twice as much ammo, and it's a lot more accurate, I think, than the hunting rifle is. Let's see here. We've got the M16, which is pretty much the last weapon you can make. It takes like 10 steel ingots, as well as refined wood planks and stuff like that. One bullet supposedly does 35 damage. And yep, that's accurate. Perfect. Let's see how much a whole clip will do. Reload speed's not too bad. That sucker likes to walk up the wall with the recoil, man. It's got about the same recoil pattern as the AK, which you would imagine, you would assume is good. It seems to be the only weapon that with one clip can do over 1,000 damage, which is pretty crazy. If you can control the recoil pattern. Now, if we put the optic on, this is probably the best weapon for this optic, as far as I could tell. Puts it right up in your face, so you can see, you know, you can see decent enough. But make sure if you're using this, that you like hug the wall and stuff like that. So, all right, so that's the rifle. Our last weapon in this little showcase is the antique Flintlock, which I am going to have to go get some ammo for. All right, here we go. So we got the antique Flintlock. Early game crafting. You don't need really anything crazy. You can get some components and some scrap metal and some wood. You could literally make this in the first like 3 minutes of the game if you really wanted to. But the firing rate on it's not bad. I'm not 100% sure about the accuracy, like what it is from a distance. There's really no way we can tell, I guess, unless I here, let me try something. Here we go. We'll put this little armor plate right here, and we'll take some distance. We'll get some distance, and we'll test and see how accurate this puppy is. All the other weapons are pretty straightforward accurate. There's not really much drop on them or anything like that. But I am very curious about this one in particular. So we go ahead and we shoot at the thing. And you have a cool little reload animation. Shoot at it again. Now let's go see if it actually hit. If it actually hits, this is definitely a good way to go when you're starting out with trying to get a weapon. Yeah, it looks like it did. Perfect. Perfect. All right, my friends. That is the whole entire outfit of the Sunkenland weapons update stuff. And yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and get a better understanding of what weapons are decent and which ones aren't. I still say go with this one without the optic, obviously. And hopefully we'll see more sights in the game in the future. Like almost like a sniper rifle scope for this thing would be super dope if they can get that sorted out and figured out. And yeah, maybe fix the recoil pattern on some of the submachine guns and rifles a little bit, or it's kind of a little wonky. But hopefully this video helped you guys out. And if it did, please consider subscribing and liking this video. I greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.